Okay, so I'm going to um, let you guys listen to some calls. I'm going to be calling complete strangers and checking to see if they would like a business consultation to review their 2021 business plan and perhaps finish the year strong in the last quarter, or sit down and discuss their business plan for next year. So what I kind of like to do is, if I can, look at the people's faces that I'm calling. I don't know what that's about, but I feel like I can approach them a little bit better. So right now I have on my computer screen the roster for HomeSmart, which is a real estate company in Roswell. And I also have Brokermetrics pulled up. And today I'm going to aim to call people that are $800,000 or more, or between, I'm sorry, 800,000 and 2 million. Actually, I'm going to go up to 5 million. And the idea here is that these are half cappers at a minimum, roughly 800,000 of confirmed production. And overall, if we're up to 5 million, there's kind of two things that we need to be looking for. Okay, anyone that is selling $800,000 worth of real estate and not more has, generally speaking, they have a lead problem. If they had more leads, they'd sell more homes. It's that simple. So the question becomes, what are your lead generation strategies? How are you adjusting to the technology shifts, right? Where are your leads coming from? Are they coming from a brokerage or a website? Are you out there earning them yourself, right? So what's the specific business plan they have to address the fact that they have a lack of leads? Okay. As you get closer to that $5 million mark, you'll start to see more problems with system structure and listings. So especially around that $3 to $4 million mark, what you find is they don't necessarily have a lead problem, but they're most likely working themselves, meaning not a team or showing agent or anything like that. And so the problems that they generally have are listings based problems, like they either don't have enough listings, meaning they're working with too many buyers, right? And therefore they're working all throughout the day and nights and holidays and weekends. One of their biggest complaints is going to be, lack of control of their time, right? They feel overwhelmed. They're always tired, right? They have no leverage in their life. So you might ask questions like, so what type of leverage have you introduced into your life, right? Or into your business? You could bring up things like showing agents or administrative people, contract to close, these kind of things. So if they're not using those services, that might be a potential solution. Or hey, let's sit together for 20-30 minutes on a Zoom call, or my team leader, my assistant team leader would love to sit down with you for 30 minutes and share some ideas on, introducing leverage into your world, or, beginning to consider hiring like a contract to close company. They do this all day, consulting agents on how to make more money and save time. When would be a good time for you guys to meet, right? So what we're looking for is, what is their problem, so that we can help solve their problem, right? And if we have a lead problem, KW is certainly prepared to have a discussion on how to fix that. And if they have a listing problem, we're certainly in a position to help fix that too. After about 5 million, the biggest concern that you generally see is a leverage concern, right? They're just out of time, basically. And they need to have a discussion about team building, hiring, leadership, growth, right? And those types of questions are more along the lines of, what's the potential for your business? Are you currently reaching your potential? What's next for you, right? Do you have an exit plan in mind, right? And those conversations are typically a little bit more sophisticated. So let's see how this goes. I'm gonna just pull up that list, and let's see how it goes. again, the mindset that I adopt when I am making these phone calls is the mindset of, it might sound strange to say this, but if you're not at Keller Williams, there are things you are missing out on. And you are, you don't have the technology offerings that we have. You don't have the curriculums that we have. You don't have oftentimes the leadership that we have, right? And if you were to get exposed to this stuff, then perhaps you could have an experience like the one that I've had or the one that you guys have had. So one thing I would highly, highly recommend is really understanding how to share your story, right? How to share your story. Most people are drawn to Keller Williams because of the training, the culture, the technology, or the leadership, right? And most people struggle with one of two things. Either they don't have enough leads or they have too many leads, okay? And around 5 million is generally where I see that switch, right? Everything is about leads until about 5 million. After 5 million, it's all about people, right? So if we can identify where they're struggling, then we can basically give Robin and give Aubrey a great reputation to live up to, and make it seem like they've got to sit down with one of these team leaders, because otherwise they're wasting time or they're spending money that's unnecessary, right? So I'm going to actually stop this one and treat this more like a training video, and then we'll do a different video with the calls themselves.